I've just got myself all so confused at the moment. There we go. Oh, what am I doing? Oopsies. Okay, I think I'm here. I think I got myself sorted out. How are you all going tonight? So, we've seen something today that we haven't seen for a very, very long time. And that is Miss Without a Crystal Ball. Oops. I've got my microphone. I'm all over the place today. Yes, as long as you can hear me. Something that hasn't happened for a very long time is that Miss Without a Crystal Ball has not been live today. So it's been a very, very strange day. So I thought, hello, Health Freeze Over, hello, Laura, hello, Claire. So I thought we might look at her Twitter account, because her Twitter account and some of the stuff that she's posted on Twitter has been very, very interesting. And the other thing is that she's unable to go live on Instagram because Instagram has stopped her from doing lives because of that video that she shared. So she's in a little bit of trouble with Instagram at the moment. Fresh News 24/7 says she's in treatment apparently. Not if you saw her Twitter account today. Hello, Laurie. It's 2 a.m. in Washington State, is it? Wow. Yeah. Yes, way, Laura. And of course, it's been tweeted about. So hence why I thought we'd look at her Twitter account and just have a look at things. But the other thing that was really interesting is that there's been this random new Twitter account pop up out of nowhere, and it's called Busting KJ. And this is an interesting account as well. Let's have a look at it. Oh, I need to share my screen. I'm all over the place today. I don't know what's... Okay. This is a Twitter account called Busting KJ. It's opened on January 2021. And on the 11th of January, hello, Thea. How are you? I hope you're well. On the 11th of January, wrote, I have been searching through thousands of records on Without a Crystal Ball since the Tardy case started. I have watched all of the legal drama unfold. I have copies of every single document made, draft, and final. I am counting the days until she's found guilty. 15 hours ago. Yeah, that's the theory, Claire, that KJ's trying to get her Twitter and Instagram shut down to prevent Saltsy from seeing her analytics and posts and tweets. That's interesting thing. Okay. So then Busting KJ wrote 15 hours ago, note, nothing will be shared until or unless needed for the case against WOACB. She's not innocent. She will go down. And Saltsy has written, Saltsy, he doesn't miss a thing. Yeah, I'm doing really well. Saltsy, he's onto it. He says, can you let us know what documents you have that you think we should see? We are especially concentrating on deleted information at this time. You can DM me or email me to discuss. Right? So, he's still on about this deleting stuff. So then, Busting KJ's written, getting suspended on purpose will not help. Twitter pages of KJ, as well as others she has been DMing, have been actively monitored. So here is the thing. Who is it? This random account has appeared that has said that they've got everything. The thing, the one thing that really interests me of that one is that to say that she will go down. At this stage, we don't know that she's guilty of anything. So I'm going to go back. Let's see, 9 hours. Oh, gee whiz. She had a very busy day on Twitter. She may not have been able to Instagram, but she did lots of Twittering. So, all right. Laura, you'd laugh if it was one of her mods. It would be very interesting, wouldn't it? All right. I'm just trying to find her Instagram post. Maybe that was deleted. If I have to. Oh, yeah. So 9 hours ago. Here you go. We'll start here because there's a whole lot of stuff here. Yeah, it could be another one. So 9 hours ago, Laura, she nominated Jessica. Well, she has not been. I've not seen. She wasn't in last night's live, so don't know. She says Instagram has blocked me from going live because I shared a video about the insurrection. This has gotten insane. Now you can't even report what's happening without getting violations. I get we need to make sure we aren't inciting violence, but it wasn't doing that. KJ says, she's guilty on poor morals and her integrity, vitriolic hatred for talents and insane jealousy, but sadly it's not illegal. Right. Zag says, unfortunately, their algorithms aren't clever enough to know that. And then we've got what? I'm probably the only one that left. So then there's people saying they don't have Instagrams. Free speech isn't allowed anymore. This is one of my favorites. Nelson Muntz going, ha ha, at the fact she can't. At the fact she can't do lives anymore. And then we've got another one here. Looks that way, Kim. All right, so that was that tweet. That was 9 hours ago. That was 11:10, but before that one, and like every time I go back, it says this may be contains sensitive information. So then she was on about, she was going to say, is TLC going to say anything about how many of the Duggars have been promoting Parler on their social media, encouraging people to follow them? We know that the app was used to orchestrate a terrorist attack on our government and insurrection. I am so fed up. And so there's a whole pile of comments about that. Since when has Instagram Live been the New York Times? Exactly. Instagram isn't, as far as I am aware, Instagram is not used for news reporting. Yeah, she started posting at 7 a.m. Yep. And her last post was 5 hours ago. So that's why I thought we'd look at some of her Twitter today. But you'll notice she did. Did she do? I think she did 4 videos today, and 3 of them were on Duggars or something. All right. So then we've got here. So Duggars. The sooner the platforms take away her soapbox, the world will be a better place. Says, cares? Wind whispers. Free speech is one thing. Ignorance is something totally different. She's ignorant. So then she's retweeting a whole lot of stuff. And then, this is interesting, because I'm sure I've heard her say she doesn't use Reddit. It says, per Reddit, most of the Duggars were on Parler. many not commenting, but many following politicians, including Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, who joined Parler at the end of December. And then she's here. I have infiltrated. So there's a story here that somebody has posted on Reddit. I have infiltrated Parler and looked up as many fundies as I could think of. And that's the post that she's uploaded. Hello, Pixie Pie. Thea, yes, the 12 hours of KJ in the red zone. That is correct. Does she have time to take care of her family and her home? Well, that's the question. So there's that one. So that's what she had. So, and this, whoever this person is, I don't know that this is her, has actually documented. This person says, I joined Parler to spy on fundies. Here is the synopsis of various profiles. I would have included screenshots, but I don't find anything worth saving for your snarky needs. And yes, I said I don't know who wrote it, but she follows Reddit, so I have no doubt she's a member. She reads what's said about her. Then she's named all the Duggars. Parler was known for their violent posts and most known taking part in organising the riots. Lawson Bates was on Parler too. Is that a fact or is that an opinion? I don't. Interesting to. Yeah. I really don't. I don't know whether that was, you know, how that works. So then we've got Joy Duggar voted on a Parler that wrongly promoted the election fraud. This family is more insane than we thought. So not only now is she against Republicans, she's really going in, and because the Duggars are Republicans, aren't they? She's going after the Duggars now. The Duggars lied. Joy Anna Duggar and Austin Forsyth test positive. And that's her video, I think. Yeah. Move on. And lied. They've been promoting an app. So that was one of her videos. The Duggars lied. How's that for clickbait? She's retweeted something there. Then she's written, every single influencer, celebrity and reality star should be held accountable in their wallets if they promoted the Stop the Steal event, even if they didn't attend. They used their platform to incite hysteria. The Duggars haven't posted on social media since December 30th. The following day, they had 200 maskless people in their home. Wonder if they have COVID. There were two people of the Bates that she was trying to get hold of. Yeah, I don't know. But to me, you could have been there but not been part of the riots. But it just seems like anybody that was in their area are automatically guilty by association. Now, this is interesting because this has had some speculation based on it, and I don't know who she's talking about, but she says, imagine falsely accusing someone of something. Everyone believes that it's not true, and that person seems suicidal as a result of the harassment they received as a result. That makes no sense. It's not me, don't worry, and I didn't accuse anyone. I feel pretty sick right now. Then she wrote, someone says, do I know who you're talking about? And she said, no. But somebody wrote here, I'm convinced that 50% of the world is psychopaths. So they're the people that are fueling her at the moment. So then we've got more political stuff. Imagine being a person falsely accused. A YouTuber makes a video about you seen over 130,000 times. Imagine you are a public figure and begin to receive relentless harassment and threats as a result. They're becoming suicidal. It's not me. It's disturbing what happens. Then other videos follow. They are all filled with lies. None of it's real. All of this is pushing this person slowly over the edge. They aren't a public figure, aren't guilty of anything, not responding to anyone, and people fear and people fear they may take their life. It's effed what's happening. JJ says between 1 to 2 million people in DC. She's blaming them all. It's sick. She's a very ill woman. So someone else wrote, like the 80-plus videos you made on the Westbrooks. If I recall, Tardy's father wasn't a public figure, but yet you made a video on him. Or better yet, you accused James Westbrook of killing his mother. And someone says, oh, that right there. And, yeah, so as I said, she's been on Twitter a lot. So that one's an interesting one because it's all don't know who it is. Pixie Pie. What I like about Jo, she always acknowledges her viewers and subs. Oh, thank you, Pixie Pie. I try to, yes. I mean, as great as large, it's great to have lots of people watching. It's also great to have less people watching too, because it means that I can spend all the time and acknowledge everyone. You know, I want you to be able to feel free to speak up. Kim said she could get blocked from Twitter if she continues talking about violence at the Capitol because things like this are being watched closely by the FBI. Yes, and isn't the FBI on alert anyway because of it all? And I think that's why she her Twitter's been shadow banned. Then she says, "What the hell did you do, housewife?" Like, what's that all about? What is that all about? Like, what does that mean? Like, there's a political one. It says, remember the time Trump conspired with the Russians to steal the election from Hillary Clinton? Yeah, me too. Then she goes back into race, playing race, justifying it. If Republican senators don't vote to convict Trump after the House impeaches him, make sure every single Republican that votes no never wins an election again. So happy to see corporate America is closing their wallets to Republicans. It's clear that too many of these lawmakers have learnt nothing and will never do anything right. The irony is this is the party that accuses Dems of corruption. So is she saying that every single Republican is a crook? Because that's a really harsh statement. Oh, really? JJ, you've heard that George Foreman's now blocked her? That's interesting. Yeah, that has been, I have heard that too, Claire. Someone has said she's trying to say it's her husband wanting to take his own life. But don't forget, he's hanging around her videos and he doesn't look like a man that's in despair, in my opinion. In my opinion, because that's, you know, he looks like he's just trying to get on with life the best he can. JJ, his daughter is part of this community without us knowing, and she got upset over her standing on her soapbox with 3 other white women talking smack about using the race card. Yes, she did. And I thought the comment that was made, Katie didn't like. Claire, one of her mods is called Housewife. Don't know. Anne says she just never shuts up. JJ, Katie gives Democrats a really bad name. Yeah. So her final tweet of the night. If she didn't want if she didn't want drama, she would have stuck to the 2 golden rules: no politics, no religious speaking. She knew what she was doing. Yes, JJ. That's why George Foreman's daughter doesn't like her. Yeah, well, and of course, she went and spread it all, didn't she? So then she's got, if you're a creepy QAnon believer and you tweet at me, I'm going to report you. Twitter is taking you guys down one by one. And she has a pinned tweet here. I just love how it says it's got potentially sensitive information here. She's got how Trump's presidency started versus how it ended. And that's her pinned tweet. So she's got that. So in between racism, politics, and the Duggars, that was a day in the life of KJ Joy, and without a crystal ball. So that's about all that. But yeah, but the big news is that she can't go live on Instagram. And so that may be the reason why she hasn't been live today, because if she goes live on one of her other channels, everyone's going to see her, and she can't behave she can't behave on Instagram without blocking people and kicking people out. And so and of course they don't pay to watch her on Instagram, but they pay to watch her on YouTube. And she's losing, I looked at Social Blade today, and she was losing they reckon she's going to lose another 1,000. Joe, I was not asking about the mod. I should one of the mods is good housewife. Oh, really? One of the mods is good. Okay. She is being everything that she says she's against, says JJ. Well, it seems that way. Definitely seems that way. So I'm going to just pull up Social Blade here. We'll just have a look. She'll probably try and tell me that I'm doing something. If her husband is still saying, well, that's right. And she needs to consider him as well. If that's the case, then she needs to go off and give him the support that he needs. That's right. All her highest views are on the Duggars. Oops, I'm just pulling that off. All her highest views are the Duggars. Where are we? She likes Instagram Live because the chats isn't saved. Yep, that's right. However, she can't save the chats, and that's why she hasn't liked the fact that people like myself have been recording the chats. So how do you check her Social Blade, says Kim? Well, here we go. This is just the free version. So we'll have a look at it in a minute. Here we go. Social Blade. So you're going to Social Blade, and up in the top here, it asks to enter the YouTube username, and that's how you do it. Okay, so Friday the 8th, she lost 1,000 viewers. Says that she's losing an average of 33 a day, 230 her weekly averages in her last 30 days. So if you have a look, her views, even though despite the fact that she's posted Duggar videos, like her views are still going around, like there's 40, 50, 60, 32,000, 50,000. She was getting up to 100,000 last month. So it's the views are going down. She spoke so much about the thumbs down, still giving her money. Now she doesn't get any of them. That's true, but it does do engagement, but it doesn't help with, it depends on how many thumbs down that you get. So this is the monthly gained views. So you can see it's going down. The views are going down. Down, down, views going down. Down, down, views going down. Down, down, views going down. The subs are like hovering. But it says here, without a crystal ball, should reach 134,000 subs around tomorrow. But that might be another month. So we can see the full monthly statistics. So let's see if we can find out what's happened this month. Toad was leaving some crude comments on Instagram about Farrah. Yeah, there was some very crude comments about somebody. I don't know who it was. So this is the last month. This is from so on the 19th of December, she got 187 views. Then she was hovering around the 50, 60,000 views. she's only peaked at 50,000. So she's a 69. So she's not getting anywhere. She was averaging around the 70, 80,000. She's only reaching 50, 60,000 now. So she's taken a big hit. Claire says, is KJ trying to push her husband over the edge in an effort to gain sympathy? She doesn't exactly appear to have much time for him. I also get the impression that they don't sleep in the same room or the same bed from one of her lives where she was in her room, because when she was streaming on Instagram, she was in her bed and it looked like she had her son's pillow next to him. And she said in the one last night that she couldn't go to sleep because her husband was putting her son to sleep. So I have a feeling that they share. That's what she said about, yes, it was very disgusting. I saw that. Thank you, Win. I love your accent, yes. JJ, LB says sundowns won't let the algorithm pick up the videos, so thumbs down to her. Yes, that's where, yes, I did that from LB. She said that, yes, it does do engagement, but you don't get into the recommended. Claire, according to Social Blade, her annual salary is less than half of what it was 6 months ago when she had 177K, but now it's 66K. Yes, and it's dropping. On her Katie Joy Live, that has actually taken a little bit of a hit too. Let's pull up that one. Because Katie Joy Live actually was covering some of her shortfall. Thumbs down only show engagement on the analytics. Yes, they do. They do have the video, yeah. We'll freeze over. Yes, I saw that mentioned today. I would think most viewers just watch to see. Yes, I think so. Well, when you think that you've got all of Saltsy's legal team watching, there might be 3 or 4 there watching. There's 4 views. So this is so this one, see, she's down subscribers for the last month as well. So on the 8th, she lost 50 subs. But she's picked up, see, I don't know, like she hasn't posted today, but yet she's picked up another 10 subs. I don't know how that can be. She said they don't sleep together. Okay, well, that's fair. But I wasn't like, it wasn't a judgment thing. It was just the pillows were there. So, because she was at the start getting 70-40, 70-70-40, but now she's only getting 10 subs a day. But she did lose 50 subs the other day. Look at her views have gone up and her subs have gone up. But I'm going to suspect that that's going to, that will start going down too, because why do you want to pay to see somebody rant all the time? Like the Night Live we watched last night had nothing in it. Had nothing in it at all. How free so must be how Saltsy punishes interns, makes them watch KJ. Yeah. I saw a post of her commenting that she can screenshot and then delete if she wants. Can she? Nice. Actually, I do have something I need to send to my computer because it's actually not there on Twitter. But an eagle eye picked up something that she posted on Twitter and showed a stock account. Let me just send it to my computer here. It was very, very interesting. Very interesting. And you'll see, I have to say, I haven't seen this person in any of the chats. So it'll be very interesting to see. We'll have to see if we've seen them or not. And it's just like really simple things that she does that, where she just makes mistakes that people can pick up on. And that's all it is. It's just really simple, silly mistakes that she makes. Okay, here we go. Let me open this up. I got a story to tell you about uncivil law today as well because it's hilarious. And if you watch his Q&A tomorrow, he's going to talk about KJ, so she'll be happy. All right. This is a screenshot she posted about this Whitney. This Whitney was a person that she banned from her site because she asked a question, and she put it on Twitter to say, Whitney, you're playing double agent, whatever. But down here, I might make it, I'll see if I can make it even bigger. I don't know if I can zoom in. If I can zoom in. No. Down here, in the very corner here, it says, chat publicly as Troy Jack. Right down here, right down the bottom here. See if I can make it bigger. No. So this bit here says, chat publicly as Troy Jack. That is pretty damning. That is, I mean, and yet she doesn't have sock accounts, but this was on her Twitter account. And of course, that has been sent to Saltsy. He has that. He's very interested in who Troy Jack was. So he wanted to know whether Troy Jack had actually done any commenting or if anyone had noticed them. But it could just be as simple as it could be just as simple as her using these accounts to spy on everybody else. Claire, she can't delete, period, even if she deletes, because Saltsy could argue that she's trying to erase public opinion on her opinion antics. Yes, that's right, and it's not up to her to decide what's relevant to the case or not. Claire Murphy, yep, that's what I mentioned yesterday. Yeah. JJ, it's sad because if she wasn't so miserable and awful to people, she could have a good business. Yes, and she could have a very good channel. She's got the basis of a very good channel. But if only she would listen now. I don't know. In the description box here, I posted Caroline Ironwell's video, because she does a video on whether or not Without a Crystal Ball is a cult. Most people have said they're cult-like tendencies, and she did. She actually has a degree, believe it or not, in this. That's my understanding. And she uses what they use to test. She uses a formula to test whether it is a cult or not. And the majority answers are yes. So it's an interesting video. So I've tagged that and I've flagged that. I've put it into the description box. So make sure you have a look. So that so if you haven't watched it, that you do watch it, because it's very, very fascinating. Although it was interesting because there were a couple of times where Carolyn said no and I would have said yes, and a couple of times where she said yes and I would have said no. So, and she doesn't come up with an answer. She doesn't say, in my opinion, this is what it is. She wants you to come up with that opinion yourself, but says this is the test of how it's done. JJ, if any Republican patriot follows her after her rants in the last few days, they cray themselves. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think so. Claire, I totally agree, because people like gossip, and she adds the backstabbing with it, which people don't like. Yes. Billy Martin says, I just watched that video, and Gail says, great video by Caroline, interesting perspective. Yes, it was a very interesting perspective. As I said, some of the points of, you know, and some of the things that she does is borderline. You could go, yeah, but no, you know, like mind control and stuff like that, where she says, you know, if you're a Republican, don't watch me, or, you know, if you're a Trump supporter, unsubscribe, or where she says, these are trolls, but I don't care what you watch. But if I see you watching them, you'll get deleted. Like Whitney. Whitney also got scratched because she was seen in Beast X Boy's stream, and she was called out on Twitter. and was told, no, your membership is cancelled because you're in B-Sex Boys Stream. Like, who does that? Claire Murphy, right. She built a decent, a JJ, yep, built a decent, she built a decent channel, but she hurts people that aren't in the public eye. Laura, she's very manipulative. She is very manipulative. Did KJ get a Twitter suspended? Billy Martin says, no, she's, it has a warning on it. I think it's called shadow blocked, and shadow blocked means that there is a sensitive warning on it. Gail says, I would have thought that word was much what was happening. I don't like to think, but yeah. Yep. Someone else did a thing about KJ being a cult by the definition of what a cult actually is. And in conclusion, she has a cult. Yep. Yeah. It seems to be. If you watch Caroline's video, you start to go, yep, there's a lot of that. You know, does she manipulate money? Yes, you have to pay to talk to her. So what do cults do? They want people to give them money. That's what cult leaders do. You have to give them money. You know. Hello, Crystal Bill. I'm enjoying finishing work and coming home to your lives. Thank you. Crystal Bill, what part of the country do you live in? Is that a New South Wales accent or am I wrong? You used to be able to listen to an Australian talk and know the state that they came from. Used to, but we're all a little bit more central now. JJ, she tells people to unsubscribe if they're Trump supporters, but then complains about losing subs. Yes. Yeah, let me show you. Oh, Perth. Perth, Crystal Bill. I should have known. I lived in Perth for 16 years. So, sorry, not understanding why is KJ allegedly wanting her Twitter shut down. That's only just only speculation at the moment, because if Twitter shuts down, they delete everything, and therefore she can say, Your Honor, I didn't delete it, but Twitter deleted it, and that was out of my control because they just deleted it. That's what it will be. Kim, she only allows people that she can manipulate to think her way, says Kim. Claire Murphy, JJ, exactly. But also she's burnt bridges with other creators. Dad podcast offered to help her improve equipment, and she lost. Yes, every creator that has been involved with her, from what I can work out, there has been an issue with, whether it's AT2, Creepshow. Oh, she's gone after Creepshow Art again. And I did hear a comment to say that Creepshow Art was consulting her lawyers about what to do. Wind Whispers, it's 5:30 a.m. here. I enjoy waking up to my coffee, and you all great. But what's interesting though, I mean, you imagine if creators now just start filing, start getting lawyers onto her. Is she gonna, she hasn't learned. Crystal Bill, 6-hour plane ride. JJ, Creepshow Art is talking to her lawyer. Yes, now after yesterday rants. Crystal Bill, no. Never. You and your son know, you live there and live your life, and I love it. I never thought living in the nanny state would save my life. It is my slow city in the world. No, I'm actually in Melbourne. But I've lived in Adelaide. I've lived in Perth. I spent 16 years in Perth. Both of my children were born in WA, so they're WA people, and their father's there, so they're not able to see him at the moment either. Claire Murphy, she blocked a tipster because he wanted to DM to help her. Yes. Yeah, there's just all these creators, and she had a go at Tipstar and Oggy, I think. Now, if I remember rightly, Gal's in Queensland. She's just been in lockdown. I mean, AT in whispers, says 82, poor guy, all he did was reach out to her and boom, she set the henchman after him. Yes, she did. I mean, 82, I've watched a couple of his streams. He seems like a nice, genuine guy. So, yes. I'm in the sunny state Queensland, says Gail. Kim, I was subscribed to her until I saw what she had done these things to Sherelle's world. Then I realised she was saying things that were just unkind. We should do commentary on. JJ says it can't be healthy to have so much discord with others in your life. No, it can't be. Well, that's why they've got themselves isolated. And that's why they seem to have no friends. That's why their son has no friends over. Laura says, she said on a live, if you don't agree with at least 50% of what I say, then you need to leave. But she welcomes different opinions, apparently. Yeah, Ireland is now the highest in the world with COVID lockdown. Oh, really? Lockdown will never end. That's interesting. Well, Crystal Bill, they have very little COVID there. They're probably, Perth is probably one of the freest states in Australia. I think WA and Northern Territory. Galim, thanks for explaining about Twitter, Joe. Yep. You don't sound Melbourne. All my mates live there, and finally it was my time to join them, April 2020, but Miss Rona ruined that and my stuff was sent back in bits and pieces. Oh, no. Oh, that's horrible. Crystal Bill. Yep, and no cases and close our border. Yeah, well, no, as soon as there's a new case somewhere, the borders get closed. Actually, someone showed, there was the project showed a footage today of the WA Premier have a fly on his face, and they showed the fly going up his nose, and they said a fly has an easier time getting into WA, into the nose of the Premier's. A fly has an easier time getting into the nose of the Premier of WA than it is to get into WA, which I thought was a bit funny. So I did a video today about what it's going to be like, for how people go back to semi-normal life after being locked down for so long. And it was something that I'm still sort of struggling with, because I still, I'm still wary of crowds, and I'm still, wary of going places, because we just spent so much time locked up. I want my borders to open so my stepdad can shut up, says Maz. Yeah. Laura, we were currently overwhelmed from the Rona in London. WA was very smart for doing that. Says Gail. Claire, it has its perks. I'm stateside now, but want lockdown in Ireland to end so I can go home for a visit. I need to stock up on my favourite foods. I can see that, Bina. So it's yeah, so yes, it's very hard when you have a GAD, and so you're staying inside. Yes, so yeah, I struggled for what, I mean, as I said, I still struggle in some part about going outside, and it's something I don't know that I've fully still, overcome, because I go to the same places all the time. So, I'm generally, okay. But tomorrow I'm actually having to go into the city because I've got some work for the Australian Open Tennis. I'm actually part of the quarantine squad for the tennis players. So I actually am part of the quarantine cleaning. And that's giving me a huge amount of anxiety at the moment, because even though we're going to be in PPE, we have to be COVID tested every week. We have to do saliva testing. I'm going into an environment that I don't know about. However, I have to tell you, and I'm telling it straight, I'm doing it for the money, because you get a bonus 35% on top of what you're going to get paid because it's COVID work. So, and the money is going to be handy, and that's the only reason why I'm doing it, and I'm even going to venture out. But I think it's something that, as lockdown gets longer, it's going to be harder for people to do, a lot harder for people to step back outside, you know. The Netherlands are on lockdown for 3 more weeks till now, says Charlie. Hell freeze over. I still am. Haven't been anywhere but close by. Yeah, see, I haven't been. Tomorrow will be the first time I've actually ventured into the city. And I will be around people. I usually have just my close in the area, but it is very scary in some ways. And it's also very hard for places that are semi-COVID free. For people to even understand that. And it's also hard for people that haven't been locked down for the amount of time that we were locked down in Victoria to understand a lot of the anxiety. I enjoyed, I have to say, I did overall enjoy being locked down, because believe it or not, I don't like being around lots of people. That freaks me out. And so I really just enjoyed myself, you know, and just, I really enjoyed getting out of bed, only having to change the top half of my clothes and have my slippers on, my dressing gown on, and do my uni work. I loved that. The whole fact of having to get up and out the house, I could do without. However, towards the end, it was becoming more of it was getting harder and harder to do. Crystal Bill, I have anxiety advice on with pregnant. Face your fears, breathe, and don't allow the thoughts to win. Yes, that's right. Be strong. Lockdown, he nearly put me back into agoraphobia. Yeah, it does that. But as I said, I really enjoyed the lockdown overall. I liked not having to go out. I liked the fact that life just slowed down totally. I'm 2Ks from huge shopping district and still have major, yeah, but I'm okay once I'm out. Yeah, it's the getting out. I think Halfrey's over. Whispers virus mutates, that's what they do, but this one seems to mutate at a faster pace. It's scary. Yes, it is. And I know that they're talking about in Australia that there's a new strain that's come from the UK. And it seems to be stronger than the strain that we had. And so that's a worry. That's got everybody on edge. Just be safe, Joe. You do what you have to do. Yes, I worry that we may forget how to be social again. I'm high risk. I miss my little social outings and hugs. We all miss them, yeah. I really try, but it gets worse every day. Sometimes I have feelings I can't get air in my lungs. Yeah, I know that. That's health is over. Christabel suffered agoraphobia. It's very disabling. Yep. Health is over. It most definitely is. You have to push. You have to push yourself. So, look, I got offered the work yesterday. I accepted. I got offered the shifts this morning, and this afternoon I've already started to say I can't do this, can't do this, can't do this. And so I know that once I start, it's going to be fine, but it's this unknown. And I've got 5 days work. So, Christabel, yes, I'm a build. Yes, same. I'm a hermit, but I hated the choice of leaving taken away. Were you in lockdown with your children, though, at the end? I don't know. Yes, I was. Christabel, I was in lockdown with my children. However, we were all studying. We were all in our rooms, and all of our uni classes were at different times. My daughter had mainly evening classes. I had mainly daytime classes. My son had afternoon classes. So we were all in the same house. We would be just passing each other like chips in the night, sort of thing. So, yeah, that's the strain that you got in there, wasn't it? Yeah. Yes, Crystal Bill, we need some more videos. I did like the one, I watched one today, I think was your most recent one where you did try not to swear. It was funny though, because I just kept waiting for the swear words to come because I thought, oh, you showed great control. Claire, Crystal Bill, but I have anxiety. Just imagine everyone naked in the house. Oh, that's funny, Claire. Yeah. Halfray's over. Maybe once you get through your first day, you feel better. I think I will. I mean, it's always that unknown because it's your first day. I've got to go to Rod Laver Arena. It's all different. I know my way. I mean, I've been working at the Australian Open for 10 years, doing various things, so I know my way around that precinct. But the first day is always hard, and I've never done the cleaning job before. But this is quarantine cleaning, which is completely different. This is wearing a mask saved me money on lip gloss, says Laura. Do you know what? Lockdown saved me money on petrol. I did not actually put petrol in my car for 8 months. I did not. My car had the same petrol in it for 8 months because it was just, essential travel. And because we had a restriction on how far we could even travel, it was essentially, you could walk most of the time. So, so yeah, so it's going to be definitely interesting. So I'll have stories. I mean, even if KJ doesn't do anything, I won't be able to watch too much tomorrow because I'll be working. I'm working from 3 to 7. However, I will come live and I can tell you about the stories about about the joys of quarantine cleaning and which tennis players I had to clean up after, because I believe that's what I'm doing. I've got to do the courts after they've done their matches, so everything's got to be cleaned. When whispers, I have anxiety and panic as well. It makes them so much work. I constantly think about all the what ifs. I have to give myself a pep speech. Yeah, I do too, and it's and it's really bad though. Yeah, particularly when it starts to get physically ill because of the anxiety. Fringe Festival is starting this week, so I'm going to be really busy, but I'm trying to organise my time, says Crystal Bill. Oh. I read that sales on eye makeup has increased 100%, yes. Oh. Health freeze over. Same here, petrol's 90 cents, so I filled up, then my battery went flat. Well, that was the other thing, was that, yeah, batteries were going flat. And it was interesting because as soon as restrictions started to ease, petrol price went straight up again. Laura M. Crystal Bill, if you can collect Nick Kyrgios's sweat for me. Yeah, I don't know, but I know that they arrive. I know all the international players are arriving tomorrow. They've got private chartered jets, private chartered planes coming in. And the health minister said today, it was the police minister, I think the police minister said today that they were treating everybody as if they were positive, COVID positive, until the tests come out and show them that they're negative. But I did hear today that 2 players already are in the air travelling, and they've already been advised that they're positive. So they're going to come into Melbourne already positive. So Hellfreezer doesn't like me. Curious, Scale M. I never know now if people are smiling at me or poking their tongues out. Stupid masks. So yeah. Well, look, I think for us now, it's just a way of life. It's not even, you actually look really weird without a mask now, in my opinion. Claire Murphy, me too. I've ventured into other colours on my eyes. As long as I'm left, that's all that matters. Yeah. Wearing glasses, no makeup needed. No eye makeup needed. Yes, that's true. And when you have a mask as well, you don't need anything. So I think it's really good to find that a lot of us that are watching here are suffering from some type of anxiety, and and that the anxiety is is sort of normal, and that we can help each other through that. And I think that's what's really important, that we can help and support each other through it, particularly because of the fact that many of us are going through lockdown, and we have to come out at the other end. Yep, this is the new normal. Yep. Let's go. Hey, Beth, crystal build. I've never worn one, only at the Dotson Hospital waiting room. So strange. Hey, yeah, CWA didn't need to do any of that because they just shut everything down. And so they were one of the states that one of the states where it didn't get very bad. No need to wax and stuff. Oh dear, that's funny. I did, yeah. See, there has to be. We have to find good things about it. I think we have to try and find something, because I always try and laugh about it. So I always try and make jokes about it. And if we can find things that are funny to lift our spirits, it does help. It does help. And we didn't have cruise ships rock up unannounced. No. How are businesses in Australia? Will they be able to come back after lockdown? JJ says. Well, WA is essentially back to normal. They had them in Northern Territory, and I think in Tasmania had the least of the interruptions. Victoria had the most interruption. I think they're slowly coming back. I know that Christmas was bumper for retail. Retailers had very good Christmas bumper. In Victoria, we're still under a work-at-home order. So if you can work at home, you should work at home. They can only have 50% in offices. So there's still some stuff that's still needing to be organised. But then I've heard other people say, well, there's a lot of workers now that have enjoyed the working at home and they want to stay working at home and they don't want to go back to work. So it's giving businesses a chance to think out of the box. You're going to the dentist, should be interesting with the mask. Yeah, well, I had to go see a specialist today, and it was all, just all masks. Yes, a lot of small businesses hung in there. I mean, we could. I mean, all of our fast food, all of our restaurants and that could do takeaway and home delivery. And so, even when there was a restriction on how far you could travel, they all had permits so they could actually deliver out of the area, for that. So people were trying to support their small businesses. I mean, Uber Eats and, the home delivery companies did really well, as did delivery for restaurants and takeaway, because, we tried to support them. Beth, I kind of chuckle when I see people while driving in their own car. Yeah, some people did. We had to wear masks in the car if we had members that weren't in our household. So if I was driving with somebody, so if, for example, I was in a car with a work colleague, we'd have to wear masks. Yes, we had to do that in our lockdown. My son had to also under his helmet. Yes, quite right. Yeah, well, our senior students and that had to all wear masks at school. This is about halfway over. I actually waxed off half of my eyebrow. Ran around my mouth. Lockdown was great for me. Brad Mondo's channel was going off. Hair dye central. Yes, Brad Mondo's channel was going insane at that point. Yes. Oh, really? You're still waiting for your horror surgery? Betsy, what, you have to wear a mask in a car? That's insane. Only now it's only taxis or rideshare services. You have to have masks on, and public transports you have to have masks on. But when we were in the severe lockdown, you had to wear masks if you were in a car with somebody that wasn't a member of your family. I can't do the dentist without being medicated. I'm a chicken, says Ministers. You see, some of the dentists even closed down, and there was only a handful of them open, or they would do it on a rotation system where one would open, then the other one would open. Doctors My doctor's still doing mainly tele appointments. Alfred's like, oh, I accidentally did that with my eyebrows too. Oh, Beth, yeah, it's relaxed now for car mask delivery. Yeah, so that's in Queensland, yeah. Well, Victoria changed theirs to now it's all indoors. If you're not in your own home, all indoors. Where before it was only if you couldn't social distance or shopping centres and that. So, yeah. I'm on the fence this time round. I kind of want to see what health reactions I just have first. Well, we're not getting our government's not looking at it until March. I think that's the latest one. I'll freeze over. Bradmondo's videos were hilarious. Beth, I'm speaking of people driving around by themselves wearing masks. You have to admit it's kind of funny. Yes, it is kind of funny. And people did do it. And I think it was because they didn't want to. I know that I did it a few times because I just found that I couldn't be bothered taking it on and off all the time, to be honest with you. It's February. Is it how freeze over? I couldn't remember. I thought it was March that I saw, but they keep changing their mind. Laura, I've seen drivers wearing masks with gloves in their own car. Yeah, I know. Beth, they don't enforce masks here on the South Carolina coast. We have been fully open since March. Wow. Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like that we just seem to get little bits of outbreaks around and we just deal with it. Hope we get them on. Yeah, I think they're wanting to see. I thought I read somewhere. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just taking my shoes off. It's like I'm trying to break in my new shoes. I got to wear the work. Sorry, I'm better now. I think they made it March because they want to see what happens everywhere else. I don't think they're in a, I just want to see, they want to just make sure that it is going to work. So Uncivil Law's doing a Q&A tomorrow, and I sent him the comment that was made about him on Twitter from KJ as to how he should stick to patent law. And he actually said it was he actually was quite chuffed that A, that she mentioned him, and B, that she didn't use the word defamation or sue in the same sentence. So he said he's going to read it out tomorrow like a badge of honor. So he's doing a Q&A tomorrow. Uncivil's your fave, Crystal Blue? Yeah. I actually have been playing computer games with them. There's a group. And been playing Among Us. So was having a bit of a chat to Uncivil today, and was talking, and we were talking about this tweet that KJ had done about him. So because she doesn't like Emily, and she does. And funnily enough, she never talks about Nate anymore. He's just like Nate's disappeared off the ends of the earth. Watch the rest drop off like flies first. Yeah. It was in a Twitter post. I think, see if I can find it from yesterday. I think I shared it yesterday. It was quite funny. Is that it? What's that one? You have a look. Yeah, it was on her Twitter, but see, a lot of the stuff on her Twitter, a lot of the stuff in her Twitter is disappearing at the moment. And yeah, I don't think this is there anymore. No, that one's not going to let me in. All right, what's this one? The Stans are playing games with him because I think he's worked out that I'm in with the tea. So he'll often ask, because he asks about Holly Grace, and so I shared the theory with him. I don't know that he quite believes it, but he says, oh, that's a really good theory. And I go, yep, great. But yeah, that's cool, Joe. You're in the inner circle. Yeah, Pate's invisible. Yeah, that's right. KJ did cut Nate off, but she doesn't talk about him anymore. Like, it's like he does not exist anymore. And that's the thing, because she doesn't even say anything to even criticize him either, if you think about it. Might be in here. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I think I've got it here. I'm starting to get a huge collection of screenshots here. Like, I'm going to have to get a new hard drive just for KJ stuff. Where are we? Where did it go? Yeah, I think. Yep. Gail says, I thought Uncivil was nice about KJ with the lawsuit reads. Geez, her side even mentioned some of his suggestions in their latest filing. He should send her a bill. Yeah. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's funny though, isn't it? Oh, here we go. So this was on Twitter. So this was 2 days ago, but you can't. It's funny though, you can't find it now. Yes, as I heard. Yep. Of course she has. So this is it. So someone's tweeted Uncivil is neutral. Someone says, unfortunately, if it's on his channel, a lot of his subscribers are not welcoming. He's neutral, but he has attracted a certain audience when he talks about Katie. Then Katie Joy here says, he's maybe the most neutral, but I still think he's in over his head and should stick to patent law. JJ says she would be a nightmare of a client for a lawyer. She would be. I know that he set there's a reminder on it. I know it's at 12 o'clock my time in Australia, so I don't know what that is in everybody else's time. Because I actually subscribed to him. Actually, I was having a bit of a, because he said, he gets on about 99 cents you can join his channel. And I said to him, but it didn't cost me 99 cents. It cost me $1.60. I said, that's that stupid Australian dollar. Wind whispers. They made them in because they were paid. Yeah, possibly. JJ, she goes on these manic rants. It's not normal. Uncivil has been very fair to her. Yeah, he has been. And he's not really interested. He's actually not really interested in the tea. Not really interested in the tea. So KJ will eventually criticise Nate once she realises neither Uncivil or Emily will react to it. Yeah, maybe. But yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't dropped her as a client. She may be making money, but his name will go down the drain. Possibly. How many phone calls do you reckon Saltsy's made? He goes, Saltsy, Mr. Brown, it's Saltsy here. Have you seen her Twitter? And Michael Brown's going, no. She's blocked me. I can't see anything of what she does. Well, you better get her into line because she's got a contempt coming. And then Michael gets on the phone and he goes, and she doesn't answer the first time. She doesn't answer the second time. And then he goes, KJ, what on earth do you think you're doing? Clear move. How does KJ manage to hide her own comments? Saltsy asked about that a few times. I couldn't figure it out either. I don't know. Midnight here or midday? Midday, I believe. Gail. Oh, that's my time. So you're an hour and a half. You're an hour and a half behind. So 11:30, I think. Yes, it is that. It's still up that high. There's only one side, and that's KJ's side. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they do communicate by email a lot here. I'll freeze over. But they would be calling. They would be calling if they wanted something done urgently. So I'd say there would have been a few phone calls and then followed up by emails. That's what I think anyway. Yeah, emails probably. But there may be a phone call. But you just think every time that they talk to each other, that's a cost. The costs are racking up. Like, it's going to be very, very expensive. When do you think KJ will realise this is not a game and thus a real lawsuit, says Gal? Well, I don't know, but it's a very expensive game. Very expensive game. And I don't know whether she's had her first bill, but I mean, the money, her subs are dropping like flies. You know? And at what point is she going to realise that her subs aren't going to pay her lawsuits for her? Maybe there's one or two that may be able to do it, but Murphy, KJ answered to Brown, giving out her Twitter actions will be KJ telling Brown prove it. Yeah, that's true. Health is over. Just we have a family law matter and a divorce at the moment. The emails. He's like watching the ping pong match. Yeah. It says health is over. 66K isn't a terrible salary. No, it's not a terrible salary, Laura. It's not a terrible salary. No, I actually would like to earn 66K. Yeah, and 1 hour behind Southern States. Yes, that's right. Girl, I think that's just how she places Wind Whispers. Pearl Girl, no one is paying that lawsuit. Gail, she won't realise it. She thinks she's right. And if she creates enough prep time, she may walk away, yeah. But you don't spend all that money to walk away. You wouldn't spend all that money just to walk away. I think it's gone to the point of no return now. Darling, hugs health. Yes, be strong. I've been there, done that, and survived. It's tough. Humphrey's over says, I gave up my salary when my son was diagnosed. He needed me more. Yeah. And that's tough decisions that parents have to make. That parents make. And I applaud you for doing that. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, I mean, she seems so cocky that she will win, yes. Well, I guess with her political rants, she can say she's not talking about the lawsuit. But what's she going to do if Trump comes after her? Pearl Girl says she's wasting so much money on the jurisdiction argument just to start all over again. It doesn't make sense. It would have been cheaper just to fly there and do the trial at this point. It would have been. But it would have been cheaper just to have answered the whole defamation. It would have been cheaper to have answered the points. And then add the jurisdiction at the end. The fact that they didn't even talk about the defamation in their original motion to dismiss speaks volumes. That was a waste of money. How freeze up. I was making a lot as an IC newness. So I bet you were. Claire says Tidy won't walk away, but KJ thinks she will, and he's surprised they haven't already. That's why she's gone from doing it. Yep. And she'll also think that let's just say she wins jurisdiction, she'll think that will be the end. I don't think it's actually processed yet that they can just refile elsewhere, because everyone's saying that, hey, she doesn't win jurisdiction, they just refile it. But I don't think that KJ has processed that. Or I'd love to see KJ versus Donald Jr. That would be interesting, wasn't it? Yes, yeah. Yes, Pearl Girl, jurisdiction has to be done first before anything, yes. Yes. Yes, cocky means confident, sure. It's an Aussie slang word, just in case you're wondering, cocky. Pearl Girl, she really thinks she's going to win. She's going to win she wins, if she wins the jurisdiction. Yes, yes. Claire Murphy, imagine if the FBI came for her because of her posts. Well, the fact that they're they're limited, you know, they've put you know, the screen up to say these tweet, you know, this contains sensitive information. I think that means that somebody's watching. And then the fact that she can't do lives anymore at the moment because of her Instagram issue, because she posted that video, means that people are watching. You know, and so it's just, it's really bizarre. It is just really, really, really bizarre. Yeah, cocky's not a swear word. It just means really being confident. Harmony Sage says, hey, I missed it. Her neighbours would really love her then, yes. Oh, Harmony, your Twitter got suspended. Why did your Twitter get suspended? One of the guys was saying today that it got suspended. Was that to do with KJ? Because I think that's what he was alluding to. Because they were trying to work out how many KJ stands were going to be in on Civil's next stream. KJ versus Long Junior would be amazing. I don't think KJ is inciting acts of violence, but she's annoying Republican members or fans of hers, and they will turn on her and report her. I think they will. I mean, and if the majority of her members are Republicans, or her subscribers or pay members are Republicans, then she's going to have a huge drop in membership, and it's going to be really bad. Gail M. Claire, my all the glorious day would be, oops, I said that out loud. I've reported her hate speech, said JJ. Harmony, it happened right after Salts shared that dime tweet of me telling KJ about her bought subs. Really? Ah. That's interesting. So was that a KJ thing then? She complained. So how long is it going to take? I mean, when this is, we don't know. It's all playing out at the moment. He does have, I think he does now. I think he does have mods. Yeah, who knows when it's going to be finished. I'm blocked from viewing her, so I haven't seen her tweets, says Laura M. Hey, I've had to log out of Twitter to view them because she's made it. She's got to have. Someone said that she's got to have her Twitter public at the moment. So that's what I was told. I don't know how true that is. So if you log out, you can actually search them easily. KJ, went on. Who knows why it got taken down? Hold on, I'll send it to you in Discord. Okay, I'll look for it. Yeah, I bet you KJ did it. I mean, celebration might have one lot of chance for Christmas and also saving. Oh, really, Claire? That's going to be interesting. Why would Twitter do that and leave all KJ's stuff up? Yeah, it's true. Hey, that Amber chick, how are you going? Thank you for joining us. We're just talking. There's no lives. I mean, the thing is, it's been a very quiet day on the KJ front, except for tweets. So, Uncivil did ask me. Did he? Okay. Didn't see that. Twitter won't even let me log in or appeal it. I tried all day. Wow. No, I don't talk to her on Twitter, so I'm not blocked, but I've reported some of her tweets. Cool. We're blocked by KJ. I really thought we'd have that trending. Make another account, Harmony. Okay. Just give me a moment. It's suspended, is that? Wow. That's no good. Yeah, she has to be public on Twitter because she always has been. Her block insults is going to raise alarms with the jury. They'll wonder what she's hiding from him. True. Yeah, I'm a Twitter virgin. But she has had it privated, and at one point she only had it viewable for people that she accepted that were blocked. But having it public definitely helps everybody else. Good morning, Just Us. How are you? How many? KJ did block me though, so does that mean she can still report my account? I believe you can report any account still, but I don't know that for sure. What did Uncivil say about it? Because there was a discussion about it briefly when they were gaming today, but I wasn't really. It was only just a really brief discussion, but I think we did all agree that there was probably a KJ element to it. She says she doesn't follow others. Yeah, if she sees you in someone else's chat, she'll block you in a heartbeat. Yes, in whispers. Yes, she will. She will. And again, that's like cult-like status. That's like what they do in cults. JJ, she has to have thousands. But no, I'd love to see her. How many? Right, here's a question for you. If they were to ask for her accounts, how many pages would her blocked list be? I'm talking about, we call it A4, but I know that other places call them letters. So let's make it letter size, A4. How many pages do you reckon the blocked list would be? So it only takes one complaint, KJ, yeah. While it was private, her followers went down by nearly 1,000. That's right. Try seeing if you or anyone else can look me up. All right, I'll have a look. So how many pages do you think it would be? It could have been Toad. It could have been Toad. It went on. Oh, that just jumped on me. I was doing my schooling dealing with Twitter, so I wasn't able to. Oh, that's okay. You need, what font size? Oh, all right, let's make it normal, whatever normal size was. It's just let's just have a little bit of fun like this, okay. She's blocked more than followers. Oh wow, 100 pages. We're talking front and back printed with still be like 1,000. Oh, should we question by why she blocks the best? Yes, the recent blocks. Yeah, she has her minions she sent her screenshots of other created chats. She looks for her subs. Yes, it's the 7. Yes, probably about 200 pages to be real. Yes, her robot party. Now, because I'm feeling disappointed because we've never had any of her stands. Like we haven't had Holly Grace in here, and we haven't had a lot of her stands. But I think it's either too early or too late for them, in my opinion. It's like they don't come in here. I think we've had one weird one, but you know, I'll be interested to know whether Holly Grace, whether Holly Grace comes back into Uncivil's thing tomorrow. Q&A. And the thing that's really like the thing about that one is that she claims she doesn't watch The Lawyers. So how does she know so much about him if she doesn't watch him? How does she know so much about him if she doesn't have anything to do with him? And so I just find that very interesting. So there has to be a stand about. KJ is doing shenanigans for 10 years. She's an expert. Yes. Oh. Her stands are probably exhausted by the time we come and deal with it. Probably. They probably are. They've been very busy. She watched him. Yeah, just not as herself. Yeah. Holly Grace. Whoops. Okay. I just did a search for you, Harmony, and it says this tweet came from a suspended account. Learn more. So her stands have a strategy meeting at this time with coffee and whiskey to wake them out. So this is what I've got here. Uncivil is 8 p.m. tonight. Okay. Yeah. Joe, please. KJ doesn't care. She knows no one. Okay. Yeah, I just don't know what it is in local time. So how many? It comes up to me with me that it's suspended. Twitter suspends account which violate the Twitter rules. Let's see what the Twitter rules are. Which reckon they have a page at Buzz Alert. KJ hater posting buzz. Yeah, I reckon. Oh, let's have a look. Looking at these Twitter rules, Todd probably has them playing so she can say she hasn't watched any. I then, looking at these Twitter rules, I then have to ask, why hasn't Without a Crystal Ball been suspended? Sydney. Oh no, really? Oh no. Okay, so because it says violence, so these are what gets you suspended: violence, terrorism, violent extremist, child CSA, abuse, harassment, hateful content, suicidal self-harm, sensitive media, illegal or certain regulated goods or services. To me, there's about 4 in that group alone that she's done already. Privacy, private information, non-consensual nudity, authenticity, platform manipulated and spam, civil integrity, impersonation, synthetic or manipulated media, or copyright and trademark. She shared links to inappropriate offensive contact. That's right. You've made an allegation. But I haven't done anything. That's the thing. I haven't said anything nasty towards anyone or posted anything bad. How is my little account of 1,000 followers make an impact? True. True. That's right, Kim. That's what I'm saying. She did, and she did it today. She's done it in her posts today. Well, in her last lot of posts. We went through some of her Twitter earlier, and she's mentioned it. And I don't know why why it has not been suspended. Twitter is one big double standard because she posted that video. She did that video as well. And she's been sharing images of the Washington thing, and yeah, she's to me, her account should have been suspended. Claire, I got suspended on Twitter for 12 hours because I called someone a cow and I had to delete the tweet before I could get back in. Oops. Plum Creek Farm. She got mad at one of her paid subs and told them to go away. She did. She got, yeah. You are calling her out buying subs, major trigger to her, but you didn't do anything. We know you didn't do anything, Harmony. The only thing faking my account is my name. That's it. Could it be it? I don't go by only my no. No, I don't think that would be a problem. I don't see why that would be a problem. So this is so a lot of KJ's stuff now comes up with this tweet may include sensitive content, or the following media includes potentially sensitive content. She's getting a lot of that now. But I just don't know why. I just don't know why that account is still operating and accusing the Bates of Duggars of being parts of the riot. Yeah. Perhaps Saltsy's talking to Twin us and not to suspend her. So that's why they've had. Yeah, that's maybe. Claire says, yeah. $5 billion that is. Well, did they? Well, it wouldn't surprise me. But yes, definitely she has that her Twitter account contains sensitive content. So and they didn't give you any reason what exactly it was? Just seeing there's something a permanent. So is it a permanent suspension or a temporary suspension? Do we know? Yeah, that's a good point, Claire. So she doesn't think we're smart. She could have put you down as a troll account on her documents. I remember her ranting about tons of troll accounts she had thought she found through her social media. Yeah. Okay, Kim, that means they're watching her. Yeah. Yeah. Harmony, good. I hope they continue to lose, and I'll say that as Twitter and Facebook stuff. This is JJ. Claire, will she actually ever go ahead with their threats to try and sue somebody? Well, you need money to do that, don't you? Laura, what's Toad's Twitter account? I don't know whether he's got one. KJ's still doing Duggar videos despite her tweet, says Gail. Well, she tweeted about them all today as well. And that was the other thing, was it was really bizarre. And it wasn't nice either. So, but a troll account wouldn't have a good amount of followers, and if following others and activity on it, oh well, I'm not bothered by it, says Harmony Sage. Yeah, well, you know, we can just add you eyes to another victim of KJ, really. Yeah. Harmony, no, I clicked the link and I typed in everything and it said the account doesn't exist. No reason, no email, nothing. It's really bizarre. Wind whispers, some of her own members have called her live to confront her about blocking them for no reason. Her response always was, I don't remember. Probably she doesn't, because she's got so many, she's blocked so many people. Of all the people I've blocked before, I don't remember one at all. Except when they ring me and tell me, I just don't clearly remember. Oh, Laura, yeah, a woman said to KJ, why am I blocked you by you on Twitter? And she said, that wasn't me. Well, who was it then? It wasn't me. I reckon that's what's going to happen, though, for her YouTube comments and for a lot of her other stuff. She's going to blame the mods, in my opinion. Because if you remember rightly, often when people talked about comments being deleted, she said, oh, no, that wasn't me. I don't delete any comments. My mods do. I'm not sure about yours, but don't think you can sue somebody when you're in the middle of this lawsuit yourself, says Gail M. I'm not sure. Guess I know, and subscribers, says Kim. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that. I would think that you possibly could, but I do know that if there's a criminal and civil, often the criminal goes first and then the civil. Harmony, yeah, she doesn't remember because of drinking. Because if you remember with the Craig McLaughlin, he was suing the media for defamation, and he had to wait for the criminal charges to be sought to be. He had to deal with the criminal before he could deal with the civil. So now he's dealing with the civil and mixing it with Adderall. Yeah. So if she blames the mods then they will be suspended and have to come and subpoenaed, and will have to come and testify. Imagine the tea they would spill. Exactly. Well, and then you'd have all the ex-mods. Then you're going to pull in all the ex-mods, and most of the ex-mods have got issues with her. So you imagine some of the ex-mods. Imagine if you've got to go. I mean, it'd be interesting to know how many mods she has had that have left. Soon her mods will just be done with her. Then who can she blame? That's true, but at the moment, she's paying Jessie Bear. She's paying Jessie Bear. So Jessie Bear will be there, I guess, as long as the money's done. Well, I think he does get a bit of the blame. Trigger love, Katie, says Gail. Kim, discovery on her lawsuit will be interesting. Yes, discovery is going to be amazing. And the judge signed off on it, so we know it's going to happen. Rolling on the floor, laughing at all the people I've blocked before. I know. Sometimes I just have to burst out in song. There's nothing else that I can do but sing. And it's just whatever comes into my mind at the time. So, you know, I'm a little bit like, it's a little bit like that. Yeah, I'm a little bit crazy like that. Plus, I've got to get myself into fine voice for when I get 1,000 subs so I can sing my song to Katie Joy. Go, and wow, we are sure in the biggest rabbit hole, aren't we? Yes. I wonder how many, I just wonder how many trees will need to be chopped down for discovery, you reckon? Lauren and Jessie and Nadia are constantly saying to members of KJ, if only you knew what KJ's been through this year. Sympathy cards. Of course they do. Of course they do. Kim, no, the judge hasn't signed off on jurisdiction. The two parties put together a document to talk about how discovery would play out. So they've said if the motion fails, then this is how we want discovery to play out. And so it's all outlined as to how they want to do it. And then it said, regardless, that the subpoena for Laurie Ann's stuff, the subpoena for Laurie Ann's stuff would go ahead anyway. Claire, she will dig a big hole for herself by blaming the mods. That includes Toad. If they are both in court, they will claim their card because of this, and that's right. He'll be their card. Whispers. She says, I don't delete comments while everyone can see and hear her. Hit that delete. They do, particularly on Instagram. And when she's on the Instagram lives, she's the only one that has control of her deleted comments. No one else can delete the comments. And you see her thumb hit the screen and you watch it. Yes, I've heard that today, Peter, that Creepshow Art was looking at, was seeking some legal advice. Trying to imagine KJ at Discovery telling the judge off and insults his says Gail. Yeah, there was some more comments made on Twitter yesterday about Creepshow Art that were very nasty, Harmony, from our friend. She got accused of doing several not very nice things. And so Laura says, I said to Creepshow that a chat with a lawyer would be wise, even it's reassurance of her rights. Yes, I think so. And I mean, she's been trying to get a reaction out of her for ages, and she hasn't beaten, and she's been very good. And you know, but I think that, you know, there's a line that you don't cross, and I think that line has been crossed now, so all bets are off, in my view. So, Claire, if they try to use their son, it will backfire because the judge could order him to be put in care until the end of the case. I feel sorry for that. Yeah. Oh boy, yeah. I'm Sage. I can see the judge watching the video of her son. I'll have to delete this if this son so on. Yeah, well, I think they are played in Discovery, aren't they? They have to sit there and watch them all. Like, as Emily says, well, what was the meaning behind this? You can't tell me no one will tell me what I can and can't do. If I want to delete, I will delete. Nobody can tell me I can't delete. And the judge will go, yes, I can. Yes, it does need to be stopped. Yeah, well, that would be interesting, wouldn't it, Laura? Having to watch them. Yeah. Gail, I've never seen so much hate in my life. I know, and they're all strangers. Imagine how the family would be. How, you know. Are these in Discord? I think they are. I think they're under KJ's tweets in Discord, Harmony. You've got to scroll back a bit because there's been 50 tweets or something. Like, she's been tweeting just about all day Claire Murphy, I can just imagine her trying to dox the judge and do a video on it. Yeah, probably. And she can't even pull the gender card on the judge because the judge is a woman. It's like, my first thought was she's gonna like try and do the gender card, but the judge is a woman, and like it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. The gender card cannot be played on a female judge. It just won't work. So definitely, I mean, I don't know who Creepshow are, but I've heard her say some horrible things to me. Yeah, Creepshow Art's a lady, is a her, but that's okay. But yeah, there's been some horrible things said about Creepshow. She will say because she's bisexual. Well, that's the other thing. Then she'll play the sexuality card next. Can you do that in a civil case though? I don't know if you can play. I don't know if insanity works in civil cases. Kim, don't rile the lawyers, but she also is riling the judge. Yeah. Or is she going to go, oh, my lawyer made me do it or something? And while people are suing, Duggars, Chrissy's, Amber Portwood, heck, even Janelle Evans should all jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that, I mean, you could add you could add a whole pile of other YouTubers there too. Yeah, that's all right. Hell Freaks Over says your tweets are still there, but when you click on your name, it says there is only one. Is only the other person can view there. Or she should have shut up months ago. She's always saying she's mentally fine, doesn't need a break. I'm fine, I'm calm. Well, we saw in the video that I showed last night that somebody said to her she was tired and she snapped at them and then says, well, I'm going because I'm tired. It's like, well, why don't you say, hey, thanks, I am a little bit tired. It might be a good time to end. But no, she snaps them. I wonder if the judge watches her. Really? Apparently KJ isn't by in that tweet. Toad was being credited. Really? That's interesting. So is he going to be her undoing? I'll see if I can find it. I'm just trying to find what it would be. Oh. Cool. Oh, here it is. Good old Reddit. Okay, so it looks like, right, so I'm going to put a warning here. And I think this is his Twitter handle too. So, all right, I'm warning you. Okay, so no slut. So I wonder if her female part is just as fake as seemingly everything else looks to be on her. I'm sure she will have an uncensored video in no time. Gross. I'll make sure not to pay attention to that. Then he says, I wouldn't pay for it. Hell, you couldn't pay me to watch it. Yeah, that's not an axe wound I'm interested in seeing. So that's some of the comments that he made today. That's not what you did to Leslie. Yeah. apparently that was on Instagram. That was on Katie's. That was on Instagram apparently. So. They tell me. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I got distracted. That's okay. Why did she stop when Amber called it, but not when Teddy died? I don't know. Yeah, that was Instagram, wasn't it? Yes, Claire, that's right. That was extremely gross. But, I mean, I'm horrified that a married man would even talk like that. Well, I'm horrified that a man would talk like that, but let alone a married man. Amber could beat her up. Yeah. Honey says there's no way she can truly be for gay rights with how she supported crappy dude with what he had said, and she backed him up. Yeah, Gail, it was pretty gross. So, but then that must be another Instagram account, because he's got Todd Martin Paulson. He also posts under as well. So does that mean he's got multiple Insta accounts? But, like, how can he still have his Insta account with comments like that, in my opinion? Can you imagine the conversations with the cameras are off? I don't think that they actually talk, to be honest with you. I don't get the impression that they communicate much unless they're on camera. And maybe that is why she's on camera a lot, because that way he talks to her. Yeah, what in the world, hey? It's just bizarre. It is just really, really bizarre. I don't know. All I know is that there's a little boy in that household. The judge will read all of this in the Reddit stuff. Well, when it gets to discovery, I will imagine they'll all have to sit and watch it together. I'd be totally embarrassed. I mean, I'd be very embarrassed by some of this stuff. And it's going to be very embarrassing. I'd be very embarrassed. And I'm sure her family's going to be very embarrassed. Is Emily live today as well? Or Emily live as well? Cool. Yeah, I'm going to miss everybody's, because I've got to work later on. So when I get home from working at the tennis, it will be nearly time to go live. So we'll see what will happen. What will happen. She will bail before discovery. It will cost her a fortune. You reckon? I wouldn't want that stuff out. Kim says, in my opinion, she seems addicted to having drama and chaos and does not desire to have a peaceful resolution. Well, it seemed that way. I mean, there were so many creators that said to her, I will talk with you, but let's do it on a neutral ground, which I think is I think it's really fair to go, let's go somewhere neutral. And let's have a chat, or let's record it via Zoom, and we both have it, we both release it at the same time. But she just wanted the views, Gail. There's so much of her. No way can she talk her way out. No way. Yes, poor little guy. I'm going to try and report KJ's Twitter if I'm blocked. Yeah. And her comments about when she gets older and what she'll do to young boys. Yes, there is that video out as well, and that was gross. And, like, I mean, when she talks about the fact that she's bi and all of this stuff and what she'll do with young boys, I mean, what does that do? What does that do to her husband? Like, it must really play on his mind as well. Harmony, they both have soccer accounts. KJ says no, but she legit admitted in one of her late night rants They are just so gross. I wonder what her family thinks and what her neighbourhood thinks. Poor kid. The look on Toad's face. I know. It was just like it was just bizarre. I mean, it must be so gut-wrenching to hear that, you know, this is your partner. No, YouTube is not worth all of this. No, it's not. It's not. And I get really annoyed when she says that, you know, all these people, you know, all these people make money from me. Well, lots of people that are doing the videos on her don't make any money. You know, monetized. She's reported and blocked now. Cool, Laura. You know, she always thought Discovery was about Tati. She forgot that they would discover it. Yes, because apparently she had all this dirt. She had all this dirt, if you remember, because like they don't want Discovery because they're gonna everything will be revealed. Yes, KJ, everything is being revealed. There you go. Pride cometh before a fall. Yes. Kim, I am a nurse that has done pediatric home care. What do the nurses that go into home think? She's doing all these videos and not around her child. Yes. Well, this brought attention to the IRS, I bet too. Yes, well, she did admit to using that if she did her makeup. Was it a live that she did where she said that if she did her makeup on a live that she could claim all her makeup on it as a tax deduction? Or was that something that I read? That's what she said. Like, I find that to be bizarre. Like, it's just really bizarre. How does someone know how to pick a lock because they picked a lock? How does someone know how to find a mock account because they have a mock account? We aren't stupid, says Wind Whispers. Yes. Gail, Kim, I've wondered that as well. Over tales they can't tell. Yes. Yes, her makeup. She does makeup live, so she can claim it as a tax deduction. She said it a couple of times. So that $800 palette or $400 palette or whatever it is that she does, yeah, that's now a tax write-off. So, yes, maybe the IRS is going to hear that. Harmony, she won't be tough in court. I bet if she does have to be in court, she probably will. And we know how it's going to go. Claire, she said makeup and clothes she does and wear online can be written off. Okay, interesting. Offers her Sephora brushes and her Jeffree Star palettes. Yeah, I would be surprised that she'd want anything to do with Jeffree Star stuff with all his controversy. I still think we need to send her some Haley Beauty products. Then she'll be drunk in court. Well, yeah, we'll see. Kim, I have been in homes and the parents are very caring and let you know everything about their child. Todd seems to be his son's carer. Yes, that's the impression that I get too. And the thing, there was, you know, in the live yesterday, Todd and Vaughn were having a bit of a conversation, and she was trying to be in it, but she was left out because she didn't know what was going on, and that's only because Todd spent the time with him. Rescue lady, I'm in the States. Yes, she can write a percentage off on taxes. Okay. I wonder if they could do a drug test. This is Harmony. I can imagine not wanting to be in there helping. Oh, I'd take over, yeah. Yeah, I'm off to bed. See you guys later. Go sleep well. Have a good day tomorrow. Be safe. I will do. Yeah. So I'm on afternoon shift. No, the court so needs to be streamed like all the other court stuff going on. Harmony says, well, that's what we said. We want to have a streaming. You know how like Facebook has a watch party? That's what we need to do. We need to have a live watch party and all have our popcorn ready and our coffee and ready to go. Hey, I'll sit up all night if I needed to. Like, forget the time zone stuff. I'll be there if I need to. I mean, I did joke to say that, you know, I'd make it my one, you know, my first trip to the US would be to go watch the court live, but we still can't leave the country at the moment. Don't know. Well, she says she doesn't sleep. So she just says she doesn't sleep. Health Freeze Over says Harmony. They do get drug tested apparently because KJ's meds can get to toxic levels. Yes, they can do. I believe they do have to be drug. Yeah. Well, I think. Well, that's what she said. That's what she says has to happen, that they get. We've got 55 in here today. So how many likes have we got? How are we going for likes and stuff? 21 likes. Cool. Please make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I lost one subscriber. So I've lost one subscriber. So I apologize to whoever was the subscriber that felt that they had to leave. I would want to be a psychologist to access. So yeah, I'm in for watch party, PJs, snacks, and soda. Well, I mean, I would even take holidays or not go to work. I'd call in sick for the whole time just to be there. Harmony court stuff has been streamed on YouTube. Perfect. That's what we need. Actually, what we'd need is Emily, Nate, and Uncivil to give us running commentary. We'd need them to do the commentary on it because I reckon it'd be hilarious to have the three of them doing commentary of it. Has your stomach settled since reviewing your last KJ video? Falcon. Yeah. Adderall can't get toxic. She's on something else. Some different. Yes. Right. Alfred said, oh, because you're a nurse, aren't you, Alfred? So you know about meds. If you don't sleep, that would throw you into an area. Yeah. 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 So we have, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Emily, Uncivil, and Nate doing the commentary of the court proceedings. And now we're going to look at the judge's face for the reaction. Let's zoom in. We're going to take a close-up of the judge's reaction as she watches this video. Oh, and she's surprised. Good morning. I'm new to you now to subscribe. Thank you, Sally Ann. Hey, I told the Discord to subject agreement. Yes, I think he did last night. I'm thinking with things. And Saltsy's going in for the kill. And here comes Saltsy. He's coming in for. And Michael Brown has objected. And now it's up to the judge to decide. Can this question be asked or whether it can't be asked? I feel if it goes to court, it isn't going to do well. No, I would agree. Fake news? Yes, she does shout fake news. I want KJ's close-ups of KJ sweating as the evidence is presented, says Laura M. She'll go, lies! That's lies, I tell you. Lies! They're lying. The judge, what did you, after I told you not to? And she'd say, but I didn't, Your Honour. I didn't. I don't remember doing it. It was my twin sister, the evil one. The evil one, I tell you. It was the evil one made me do it. The trolls did it. Snarky remarks will not go round. Harmony, I was going to say something about the judge, but I don't want to give Jake Atten. You can't handle the truth. The truth? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. You don't know what it's like to always be the victim you're on. But I'm always the victim. Everybody's just so against me. You're right. Oh, it's so hard. Oh. KJ said if you can't access the original video or post, it can't be relied upon. Oh, really? Well, she's deleted them all, so what are we supposed to do? Oh. Good night, morning, guys. I'm heading to bed. Victim. Good night, Harmony. Victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim, I tell you. A victim. A victim of circumstance. A victim of the internet. And just plain a victim. Trolls troll me, trolls use, trolls, and troll you us. It was the trolls that did it. Yes, to be a fly on that courtroom, says the Amber Chick. Good night, Hun Sage. Hope you can get your account all back up and running, Harmony. Laura, she'll have to force a few tears. That won't work. Hello, Sammy J. I'm glad you just caught up. So I should probably go shortly too, but I'm having too much fun. I've just warmed up. I'm just now into it. The trolls maybe do it. I wonder if Saltsy knows how many people really love him for being so savage, JJ. I'd love to get some merch with Saltsy on it to say we love Saltsy, or have pom-poms and go, give us an S, give us an A, give us an L, give us, or we say Z, but you say Z, give us a Y. What does it spell? Saltsy! I know, Sally Ann, we don't know. We do need Saltsy merch to be a fly in Saltsy's office. Yep, I'd love to be a fly in Saltsy's office. Saltsy, says Laura. Yeah, Saltsy merch. Yep, we need Saltsy merch. Oh dear. If you're salty, hire Saltsy merch. Yeah, and yeah. But yeah, definitely. He's definitely got a cult following. Saltsy's got a cult. Go to Saltsy merch. Oh dear. Maybe I need to look into it. Jay, I don't want to scare him. Laura M saying, and I'm very happily married woman. Maybe I need to look into some Saltsy merch, but I'll have to approach him about it first. Yes, that was unreal, says Kim. Crystal ball with some salt being sprinkled on it. Hey, that would be really cool. Sammy J. Peter, let's face it, just so he's attractive to me just because he's being sassy and salty, says that Amber chick. Yes, that profile pic. Laura says I'm sick. Yeah. Wow, who'd like to be responsible for the to be responsible for the merch? I will be soon, says Humphrey's over. Yeah. Well, I think it's just been, I think I've now been single for about 11 years or something like that. It's interesting. I didn't think I could do it with kids on my own, but you know, you find that you're absolutely stronger than what you think you can be. Yes, they do mention salts in their life. Yes, we do. Go for it, Laura. Everybody that would like some saltsy merch, say aye. And the ayes have it. That motion is carried. We're going to have saltsy merch. JJ, I'll go into her live and ask her if she has a T-shirt with crystal ball with a salt shaker sprinkling on it. I don't care. The gloves are off after her most recent Twitter rants. His face on the T-shirt, says Laura. Well, he's got to feature in there somehow. My email account's in my about page, Laura. If you want to send me send me a message about it, and we can get that sorted out. And don't forget, when she opens up her chat to everybody, we've got to make sure that she stays in the green zone. Her problem about long zone for me, this goes back over 18 months. I want her to be accountable, says Peter. And that's the thing. I think she wants to like she says that everyone's for haters and trolls, but I've not seen one. There's very few people that want anything bad to happen to her. They just want her behavior. They just want her to be nice to people and be a decent human being. And that's all everybody wants to be. Please screenshot. Oh, okay. If she ever opens the chat lines on. Now, back to single. Sorry to hear that. How free is over. If it's in court and not Zoom, so there are enough people that will show up. Ask her what to help her stay in the green zone. It's healthy to behave. And then what we can do is we can all have our salty merch on, and we all take a photo, and we can send it to her on Instagram. But yeah, let's get the salty merch up and running and get it sorted out, and then we've got salty merch. The salty. I don't wish anything bad on her. I just hope she gets a dose of karma textures and available lesson. That's the only way she'll change. Well, something's got to happen to have it change. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to pick up again. The salty cult. Yes, we're going to have a cult. I'm good. I like it just being me and my son. That's good. Yes, Rescue Lady. Instagram banned her from doing lives because she shared that footage, I think, of somebody getting shot at the Capitol or something like that. And she doesn't understand why. or something. I'm in for the long game. She needs to apologise. Yes, she's got to apologise for lots of people. Selfies in salty merch all over Twitter. Oh, that would be hilarious. And tag her in every single one of them. KJ's going to be on rock bottom, says Claire Murphy. Salty wow. Evil laugh to the merch montage for KJ. Whiskey lady, haha, good. It would have been cheaper if she just honoured that first cease and desist. Yes. That's true, and exactly, totally agree, Joe. I had a healthy dose of karma that forced me to grow up. It's not really a bad thing sometimes. Yeah. We don't know. She hasn't said if it's a ban or whether it's a suspension or it's just like a timeout. I'm hoping it's like a long ban. Selfies of salty merch would be great. Cool. This is amazing. Oh, I got one dislike. Somebody disliked my video. I just love it. Oh, I just love it. Was that you, KJ? Oh. KJ fails to understand that freedom of speech doesn't mean that you can say as you please. Laura, if I got onto her live, I'd actually just try and say the word salt as much as possible. KJ's in the house. KJ's in the house. Hey, KJ, you disliking? Oh, I've got 2 dislikes now. Oh, 2 dislikes. It just, as soon as I mentioned KJ's in the house, I got another dislike. Woo, woo. Oops. Katie, get out of here with your thumbs down. Ma'am, all these interactions are good interactions, right? Toad is in the house. Toad. KJ and Holly Grace, hi. Oh, I've got a 3rd one. But she's our dearest friend. Wow, this is amazing. As we keep calling, as you've called out KJ and Todd and Holly Grace, there's 3. There's 3. Hi, Todd. Katie and then Holly. Ooh. Hey, trolls, how you doing? Hey, Laurie Ann. Hey, KJ Stans. Holly Grace is toddler. KJ, Toad, and Holly Grace. The Toby Jack one, well, the Toby Jack one appeared. Oh, I've got 4 now. We've called them all out. I got 4, 32 likes and 4 dislikes. Jessie Bear, we didn't mention Jessie Bear, so I'm about to get a 5th one. Oh, I've got a 4th one. I've got a 4th one. Can I get a 5th one? Can I get a 5th one? Jessie Bear. And the views dropped 3 people just after the haha, I think they left. So that's 4. Toad, KJ, Toad, Holly, Grace, get a life if you have any money left. Says Claire. Nadia. The Amber chick. The 30's Katie's lawyer. He wants to have the merch. Oh, I've got 5 now. I've got 5 dislikes. This is watching it all play out before me. So who have we named? KJ, Todd, Holly, Grace, Jessie Bear. So I've got 5. I think we've nearly got them all, haven't we? 2 grown adults need to get jobs. Imagine staying home 24/7. Ridiculous. So I've got 5. I've got 5 people. Oh, 6 dislikes now. Must be the saucy cohort. Sammy J, this is fun, huh? No, they don't have enough devices for all the socks. Like, seriously, like, this is a joke. Like, this is hilarious. Housewife, are you there? So I'm up to 6. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're up to 6. And we've just lost 3 viewers again. Oh, 6. This is funny. This is hilarious. Can we get a 7? Can we get our 7th dislike? Can we get our 7th dislike? We've got 6. 6. Can we go for 7? Can we go for 7? Can I hear a 7? Oh, we got 54 viewers again. Can we get a 7th dislike? Oh, I forgot about Keon. Hello, Keon. Oh, I've only got 5. One of the dislikes has disappeared. We've got 5. We've lost 5. Can we get 6? They're waiting for Saltsy merch. I think they want the Saltsy merch. 6. Yeah, well, one has just disappeared. So 6 is about how many supporters Katie probably has left at this point. So they're just logging out and logging back in with different accounts. It's Katie and Toad. Oh, we're back to 6. We're back to 6. Can we get a 7? Can we get a 7? I'm gonna look at this. Can we get 7? 7? Can we get 7? I'm watching the viewer count change by 2 at a time. Funny. Oh, got back to 5. Did that change to 5 on the screen there? It's back to 5. Back to 5. Yes, you've been found out. You've been found out. Hello, KJ and Todd. Oh, that is so immature to go out and come back in again. You've been sprung. Got 37 likes, 5 dislikes. We are going to find out just how many sock accounts she has that she says she doesn't count. The court is going to reveal. Oh, we're back to 6 dislikes. Did you see that change again? 6 dislikes, 6 dislikes. Can we get to 7? Can we get to 7? KJ, Toad, Jessie Bear, Holly Grace, Zay, Keon, Aaron Hall. Like, seriously, is this supposed to upset me? Because, like, I'm just making a game of this. Like, really. Like, this is just entertaining us all. This is just entertaining us all. Like, who does this? They're all watching at once. That's ridiculous. But Katie and Toad logging in and out makes sense. But it's just stupid. It's immature. Can we get a 7 dislike? Can we get a 7 dislike? Dislike 7, dislike 7, dislike 7. Come on, don't disappoint me. KJ and Toad, don't disappoint me. Actually, normally I only have 1 or 2 dislikes on my videos. I know, so come on 7, come on 7, come on 7. Come on 7. If you were like Paulson, you would take the numbers down. This week shows more about her than you. Oh, look, I don't care. Come on, 7. Now back to 55. Hello, Todd and Katie Joy. How are you? I hope you're doing well today. Why don't you just come and say hello so we can have a chat to you? Come on, 7. Oh, we're back down 1 viewer. We're down to 54. Came in late trying to catch this. Emily knows Emily's not doing salty merch. We decided that we're going to do salty merch. Hey, Katie, what color are your eyes? Hope you have a great day, KJ. Yeah, look, I hope you have a great day, KJ. I really do. She can't take a chat. She can't take a chat. She can't control. Never happened to her. Hey, look. I'm more than happy to have a chat with her. Please let us know what shirt size you need. You know you want the salty merch. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. And what about you, Todd? What size do you need? Should be small. Oh, we're back down to 5. Did you see? It went down to 5 dislikes. KJ wants salty merch, so she's decided she can't unlike it anymore. The fact that I've got my screen here and you can see it all just change before your eyes hasn't phased them. Like, it's just really bizarre. Like, you know. We could have T-shirts, mugs, and hats. Yes, we could do. Oh, boy. That's hilarious. Oh. Oh, this is so much fun, guys. Thank you for joining me in this fun. This is hilarious. Like, oh. Wow. Gales was saying that cane toads are a pest where she lives, so we could put a cane toad on the back. I have a friend who does modes. Cool. How freeze over. We're going to get a whole we're going to have our whole all of our merch ready to go. Anyway, I'll take this off now. We don't know. We don't know, Jennifer. It's just that I just saw my dislike count just jump, and it just kept jumping backwards and forwards today. My son just starts to rise in math club. Oh, gee whiz. Toddler. Oops. No, she didn't do any lives today. She only did videos, and she can't do Instagram lives because Instagram's stopped her from doing lives. Haven't they, KJ? KJ, are you here learning how to be nice and fun with subs? Oh, dear me. Good friend too. You'd be glad for the work. Yeah, okay. Let's get some prices. So we'll get Laura to do the design, and then we can look at some prices, because we'd have to send them to the US and stuff. So maybe we could. Oh, we just dropped another one. Bye, KJ. Bye, Todd. We might have to have some designs for this side of the world, a supplier for this side of the world, and a supplier for the other side of the world. I laughed so hard yesterday. Not so cool when it happens. Oops. Yeah, I think keep it local. Yeah, I think we need to just find a supplier on both sides of the world, and that will keep the pricing down and the shipping down as well. Even Instagram is trying to tell her to think before she speaks yet. Oh, no, they are. Yeah. But I'm really disappointed because, like, the Instagram lives are gold. I mean, they're perfect gold. And And we can't, we're going to have to find other stuff. What platforms blocked her from lives? Instagram. But I don't know. I don't know whether it's temporarily or whether it's a full block. It's just that she posted on Twitter today that they blocked her, but we don't know. Oh, yeah. I can message Saltsy Laura and find out that he's okay with it. But yeah. Jessica says she's getting too cocky on all platforms. She is. She is. And for those of you that don't, we used the word cocky before, but it means being arrogant. It's Aussie slang. That's how you can tell where all the Aussies are, because we just use slang. So I've got 40 likes and 5 dislikes. It hasn't changed from the 5. I just can't believe though, like I've called it out and they were just still pressing the dislike button and then taking it away and putting it in. Like, it was bizarre. Oops, we got 6 again. We've just hit the 6. KJ. Oh, we got 57 in. So we got 6 dislikes now. See, I've got 6 dislikes now. I can play this game all day, KJ and Toad. All day. Come and say hello. Just put something in the comments. In fact, this is a really nice bunch of people. You would actually find that they would be really happy to have a conversation with you. Hit it one more time, baby, baby. Hit that dislike one more time. Oh, yeah. Come on, hit it one more time. Come on, 7. Come on, 7. I want to know. Right, so here's the question. Do we think it's going to go down to 5 or do we think it's going to go up to 7? Type your answers in the comments. Well, let's turn this into a game. Come on. We've got nothing else to do. Let's turn this into a game. You're with the game show of how many dislikes can we get? I'm sure they're here for the musical. Oh, yes, that's right. We're all waiting. Laura, to the ones who dislike, what exactly are KJ's journalistic qualifications? No shade. So Kim thinks it's going to go down to 5. It'll be at 10 by tomorrow morning. Well, that would mean they'd have to set up more accounts. I don't think we've seen that Jack account yet. Don't worry about the dislikes. Help your page just. Oh, look, this is just about having some fun, Jennifer. Like, they don't bother me. I just think it was really quite interesting how the timing of it when it all happened. That was all. Holly Grace made an appearance in A2 chat yesterday. Yes, Holly Grace has made an appearance in Uncivil Laws chat. Holly Grace finally became a member in KJ's last live, which was interesting because Holly Grace got called out about not being a member in AT2's chat and suddenly became the ultimate stan the next time KJ went live. I believe in miracles. Do ya? Do ya? Do ya? Where you from? Come on, give me that 7. 7. Okay. So Mr. J says if they are in chat and you're on your laptop, you can see by at the first letter. Yes, that's right. I have to remember that. Yeah, sorry about that. That is interesting, isn't it? Well, that is another theory that we've had. There's a few theories going around, Jessica. I guess we'll find out. We could find out in Discovery, I guess, when it all has to be all sorted out. I guess that's all I can say. But that would be insane. That would be insane. Yeah, apparently Laurie's been unfriended. And Laurie, oh, does she? I don't know anything about Laurie. But KJ threw her under the bus, yes. Humphrey's over, yes. And I don't know that she'd want to be friends with anybody that threw her under the bus or even work with them. So, yeah, I still don't know about that. Well, I sort of hope that KJ calls me out again because I could do with another boost of subs. It's funny because, like, talking to Uncivil today, since she mentioned him on Twitter, he's had a boost in subs as well. And I said to him, "Oh, I've sort of flatlined a bit now. I've got to work out how to get her to give me another boost in subs. So maybe this is it." There you go. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm sure I will get lots of DMs if I am, but she'll probably say I'm making fun of her. Oh, it's gone down to 5 dislikes again. This is really bizarre. I'm just watching the dislikes disappear. So Kim, you were right, went down to 5. Who's a comedian? You said she's a comedian, though. Who's a comedian? Oh, boy. Yes, Kim, you were right. It's down to 5 just to show you. Look, see, it says 5. Free speech. No one needs her permission to talk about it. Get over yourself, Boston, yet. Oh, KJ's a comedian, is she? I wouldn't know. It's just the views have just jumped up by 2 again. We might hit that 7 mark. I mean, if they are doing this, I would have thought they would have been somewhat a little bit more cleverer. But, like, we're on to you. We're watching you. It's like when you ghost hunt, when they're you're down again. Like when, if you watch Ghost Hunters and they're waiting, they're going, we're waiting. They've been sprung now. I mean, they'd be really crazy to do anything. This is really bizarre. Oh boy. Anyway. Laura, I recall her saying a couple of times last year she was a comedy writer, that she likes to write bits. Really? Well, isn't Uncivil Laura a stand-up comedian? Maybe she can write some comedy bits for her. I forgot there's a new episode of Ghost Nation. Okay. Why 2020 has been one continuous performance. Oh boy, this has been so much fun. This has been so much fun. All right, so on that note, and seeing our guests have left again, I think that should be a time for me to say farewell. So I'll be on tomorrow. I'm hoping to be on the same time or maybe a bit later. It depends on how the trains run, because I'm on a 3 to 7 shift tomorrow. So I'll be sure to give you some indie artists in Reddit who will play her in a TV show. I was thinking, if you actually proposed what's gone on in 2020 and 2021 in a TV script, they would throw it back to you and say, this is so ridiculous. This is so unrealistic that this would never happen to anybody in their right mind. And yeah, we've seen play. Anyway, so I'm on from 3 till 7. So depending on how I get for trains, I should be home ready to go live. And we'll see. And I'll have some stories to tell, have some tales to tell. And I'm certain that there'll be some stuff to talk about, because our girl KJ doesn't disappoint. Yes, I know, I need to go to bed. So Laura, if you can shoot me an email, check out the about page, and let's get the Saltsy merch going, and I will contact Saltsy and let him know. But we need to have merch. Yeah. All right. See you all. Thank you all. What a great fun time we've had. Please also hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Good night all. I failed my art exam at school. Yes, please contact everybody. Let me know. As I said, send me an email and we can be done. All right. Thank you.